Coin to your Witcher?
Yes. Okay. Yes, we'll play it back now for you. This is home delay. I know I oughta come around today to see your daughter. She's rather young and sweet. I'd like to be your daughter.
She's so young.
I'm just a butcher down the street. She's holding hostage to measure up some meat and show me sausage. Young and sweet. I'd like to be your daughter.
Sausage and a bun.
What would you say you do here?
She's so young, I won't use tongue. I'll just wait for visions. This is on delay. I know I'm oughta come around today to see your daughter. She's rather young and sweet. I'd like to meet your daughter.
Come on, little girl. Boom, boom, boom.
Sausage and a bun.
I hate that I can lip sync with that song, but I do listen to it a lot. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, and anyone that can hear the sound of my voice to this week's edition of the Squatchable Podcast, where we take a look at some YouTube videos that may or may not be good. Joining me, as always, fresh from doing his best of Chubbs.
Greetings to everyone.
And Power Breakdown.
I am here.
And Kevin.
I'm thinking of a master plan because I've got nothing in sweat inside my hand. I'm paid in full.
Nice. And Nikki.
I am here.
Nicky Slick.
I am here.
Noise. And if you enjoy Power Breakdown, Chubbs, Kevin, or Nikki, you may enjoy the Bad Way Wrong Misadventures of Two Bigfoot. Head on over to Facebook and Bigfoot with Keith and Colin, where this week Keith and Colin will prepare for Christmas. It is my favourite time of the year, after all. Without further ado, I am your first host, Richard James Allen. Let's just get on with it. Our first video oh, crap. That sound means we have some breaking news that does not have anything to do with our videos. Ladies and gentlemen, Bigfooting is built on legends. The legend of Boggy Creek, the legend of Bluff Creek, the legend of Ape Canyon, the legend of the Swamp Skunk Ape. But none so are more legendary than the tale that hardened Bigfooters gather around to tell, the prophecy of the return. Bigfooters of all shapes and sizes will gather around in the forest, leaves crunching underfoot. The fire burns low, their breath hangs heavy in the air, and they will talk about the man who once shot a Bigfoot behind Home Depot, the man who once took a Bigfoot body and froze it in a fridge, only to have the government steal it.
From Las Vegas.
From Las Vegas. I speak of course, the man, the myth, the legend that is Rick Dyer. Rick Dyer has returned. Ladies and gentlemen, Team Tracker has gone live, making new posts. I'm hearing rumblings across the community as Bigfooting's P.T. Barnum returns to the fold. If he's going active again, it can only mean one thing. He's gearing up for another great hoax where he will no doubt claim to have, I don't know what he can do now. Maybe he shot a Bigfoot from a UFO while the Men in Black filmed it. Because, I mean, I don't know what else to say. Phil, have you heard about this?
I think that more than likely it's going to be another dead body one.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's just going to be, it was found by a friend of his or someone he knows, and and he's seen it, and they're going to be, that kind of crap. The typical, Rick Dyer routine. I don't see what else he could do. Unless he wants, like you said, unless he goes the UFO route.
Yeah, I mean, like his options are running out. He's got one shtick. He sticks to it. The Bigfoot body. We all remember the Georgia hoax. We all remember how.
Hey, maybe he was captured by a Bigfoot family.
Mm-hmm.
I
mean, this is as good as it gets for us. It's going to be an exciting time if Rick Dyer's coming back. Chuck,
that's the winter season.
I'm always glad when these people come back. Did any of y'all know about that movie I posted that he's in called Interview with a Bigfoot with Tom Green? But like Rick Dyer plays himself as a hoaxer in the movie.
What?
Yeah.
I saw the link you posted. I couldn't find the movie to watch anywhere. I don't think it's out yet.
It's starring Tom Green as a forest ranger, but like Stacey Brown Jr.'s in it. Rick Dyer is a hoaxer in it, and it's from 2018. I'm gonna review it obviously, but I'm like, they got the good people together to do this one. So hey, you know what? It gives us something to talk about.
I've seen one just 2 days ago. It's called Bigfoot. It had Ben Denagel and Rick Dyer, and but it was the Todd movie, the big long Todd standing.
This is like an actual like funny movie, not a biographical type thing. But I'll keep y'all posted. But that's the first time I saw his name in a while, but I didn't hear he was back. Hey, you know what? He brings a little bit of, controversy. It gets a little light on the old Bigfoot. So, hey, I'll take it.
I don't even see him as a hoaxer anymore. I mean, everything you need to debunk him is out there already. If you're stupid enough to give him money, then you deserve to lose it.
He's a showman. He's a showman.
Basically Darwinism at this point.
Yeah.
Kevin.
Well, I'm going to say this because not many people know this, but for a long time I was a manager at a car lot, right? And what is Rick Dyer really but a car guy?
Mm-hmm.
And people don't understand that, in the wintertime, all you've got to do whenever you're sitting there, if you're in management, is to sit around and think of crappy crap to do. You're bored out of your mind because literally there's somebody coming in, the salesperson's not coming to you, so you've got nothing to do but sit around in the tower bullshitting with your friends. And that's clearly what's going to happen here. Now, on the other hand, Rick Dyer's famous for selling systems to other people. And as a person who's had that presented to them, they oftentimes come in with a piece of paper and a story and try to sell it to you for 50 grand.
Right.
So he's just acting like his nature. That's all it is. And if you're stupid enough to fall for it, then that's the way it is.
Well, that was brought up years ago.
Yeah, but that being said, all I'm going to say is, if you show up with 50 grand in a paper and you're good enough story to a guy who's a car owner, especially if he's a second generation guy, they're gonna take it and run with it. You know what I mean? Because you're gonna make them money, and that's all this is about. So, I wish him all the best as far as that goes. Hopefully it's entertaining, but that's it.
The last one was really entertaining.
Yeah. I'd like to see him running around the woods in his kicks again, trying to shoot stuff behind a Walmart.
I'll say this for Rick Dyer, at least at the end of it all, he admits it was all BS. I mean, that's more than the others do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he will tell you in advance that he's going to do it to you again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know what? You can't blame a guy who says, listen, I'm going to do this again and you're going to fall for it. And then you do.
And he's right. I mean, there's always going to be people that fall for it. Nikki, I know the name Rick Dyer doesn't mean anything to you. So, do you have anything to add?
No, I'm just excited to see what kind of Bolshevik happens because I do know the stories that you guys are talking about, like him shooting behind the Walmart and all that stuff. We've covered that.
Yeah.
So while I don't have like a an emotional connection to that name, I'm excited because at least we'll have something to talk about.
Yep, that's true. I mean, it'll make winter a lot easier.
It's my favorite video of the night.
He,
Bigfoot.
I
Okay,
think
so
one of his last videos, he called me a drunk and what was it? A drunk and something else, an idiot and a drunk or something.
Yeah.
So that'll do it for Rick Dyer. Moving on to our first video of the night. This is Phil Pulling reviewing MK Davis's review of a Mike Sills video, and this is one of Mike Sills' unique videos in that it's not actually a Bigfoot hoax. It's just Mike Sills doing stuff in his yard. Phil's quick to point that out. My favorite bit of this video was at the end when Phil argues with MK Davis. I loved it. Nikki, what did you think?
I loved it too. I was laughing at the end. That was beautiful. I always Phil. I always love your videos, so like always.
Thank you,
I
dear.
enjoy them, but this one went above and beyond. Like I was genuinely tickled. You did a really good job, and the voice dubbing was great. And I like it. I don't know. I hate to say it. I like it when you're just done. You can tell that you're just done with the stupidity.
If you can't have fun, why do it?
That's right.
Yeah, it's a good video. Kevin, what did you think?
Well, I think again, it's just, one of those things where you got two dogs fighting and a guy walking in. And to be honest with you, I do like it whenever MK says, "Wow, that's a big look at it. That guy's massive." And I do like that. But it's a grainy thing. Obviously, MK is one of those guys that, I think we talked about it before, that if you question MK, there's a certain amount of people who are not going to like you, because there's some people that are all in on MK, and that's fine if you are, but don't put him on a pedestal so much sometimes. That's the way I look at it. I know I'm going to get crap just for even saying that. But then again, Phil's the one that made this video. So, he'll take all the flack.
MK Davis and Thinker Thunker are two people whose fans will rabidly defend them. Chubbs, what did you think?
Well, you got two choices. I think A, Phil's, right on the money, or B, this is footage of Slender Man and the La Llorona ghost.
Yes. I love that.
I was expecting that. It's the first time I heard it. Congratulatories.
All right, yeah. All right. Is that all you have to say, Chubb?
Phil nailed it. There's really not much more you could do. It's a out of focus video. You can say whatever you want, really, and people can make up their own mind. But
I'm so proud of Chubbs. I remember when we first had him on the show, and he was saying all these nice, positive things about everything, and now we've broken him. We've dragged him down to our level.
Well, I think it could be right. It could be Slenderman.
Slenderman, obviously. I mean, the dude is prevalent in Western society these days.
Well, yeah, well, then if that's the case, then the two dogs fighting are black-eyed children, black-eyed kids.
That could be too. They're on their hands and knees.
I think we're missing out on the black-eyed kids phenomenon.
We should get in on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so scary. I had one show up my front door. Knock, knock, knock. Hi. Oh my God, it's a black-eyed kid. Hi there, I'm a black-eyed kid.
Nothing happened.
What can I do? What can I do for you, black-eyed kid? Oh, I just thought I'd say hi. Well, hi. Goodbye. Bye.
Yeah.
Well, that was basically all of them.
Yeah, when I was growing up in Ireland, we had a lot of black-eyed kids around, but they just
it's because they beat the crap out of each other.
Yeah, no, they just didn't listen twice.
Yeah,
that's right.
Right. Phil, do you have anything to add to your video that you didn't already say?
Well. Now, if I had something to add to the video, don't you think I would have already put it on there?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that was my bad, ladies and
There
gentlemen.
you go.
No, but there could be a postscript, an addenda,
An addendum,
an epilogue.
an epilogue. Okay, let me do an epilogue. Yeah, MK is a thief, and well, no. In my opinion, he conned her into giving him all these movies, and then he, with the promise that he wouldn't make them public, and then he makes them public.
You got to keep it legal by saying allegedly.
Allegedly, it's in my
No,
opinion.
no. We're unmonetized. You can say whenever you want.
I understand that, but I'm just saying if you say that protects you from a lot of stuff.
I'm just saying it's my opinion.
Yeah, allegedly, your opinion.
No, it is my opinion.
No, allegedly about it. Okay, enjoy this brief commercial before we go to our next video.
This portion of the show is being brought to you by our mystery sponsor, a product that is so good that they're paying us to keep anyone from associating it with this program.
All right, that was quick. That was unusually quick for one of your commercials. Oh God, this video. Okay, this video is awful. I'm just going to say that right from the outset, so there's no one that with any high expectations. This video is so crap. I've got it listed in the blurb of this video as 8 minutes of boring crap.
Agreed.
This is pretty much it, and this is it for 8 minutes. Just this. Apparently, there's a Bigfoot clan there. I can't see them. Maybe I just lack the sight. Maybe I'm just not good-hearted or open-minded enough to see them. But there's nothing there, and there's no red circles. Phil, what did you think?
I think if it's required to have an open mind to see the big guy in this one, then your mind must be so open your brain's falling out onto the floor. Because there's bushes, leaves, and trees, and there's a pasture behind it, and it's probably the worst alleged Bigfoot video I've ever seen. Period. I mean, it's bad. Does he actually say it's Bigfoot? I mean, I notice he says Antonia Hill Clan Bigfoot. So he's saying
fellows across the road from my
house. Across the road from his house.
I
mean, he's not even out in the woods looking for him. He's just panning the woods across from his house, and then he puts it on, and he's hoping that pareidolia will kick in for anyone who's watching. And there's a couple of people that actually say that. They say, "Yeah, I saw the little one. He's popping in and out at the end."
Yeah, I saw that too. Where they're like, "There's like 4 of them there. Holy cow!"
Yeah.
I'd have settled for like a bear or something in this video. Bears being awesome and everything. Chops, what did you think?
Well, they got some nice, cool, booming music to make it, feel scary-ish, and
it's 1 minute long. The music's 1 minute long, and it loops all the way through the whole. Oh, God.
They went with the blurry, like all the other pictures of Sasquatch are blurry. So here you go, slow blurry vision. There you go. Make out what you want.
Yep, that's wow. Right. Yeah,
poor Chops. We've just broken.
At first, I thought that music, was kind of cool, and then it repeated, and then it repeated, and then it repeated, and then I'm like, what the?
Well, that's the video. I fast forward and it's the same thing over and over. I'm like, well, you got the video over and over again. I got it the first time, but okay. It's the videos that broke me, Richard. It's not you guys.
It's your crappy videos, Richard, that broke them.
Yeah.
Your crappy choice of video.
There's nothing else out there. It's not his fault.
I know. I was teasing.
You guys don't see the videos that I choose not to feature, all right? I'm the guy that has to watch all of them. Let's just bear that in mind before you judge me too harshly. Nikki, what did you think of this video?
I loved this video.
Wow.
No, so I didn't realize it was looping. I did actually watch it, but I'm kind of on medication right now. It really seemed like someone was like just recording outside of their car, like as it zipped by, is what it looked like to me. And the background actually looks like train tracks. I don't know if you've ever had like a train that goes through the woods around you, but that hill with the darkness to me looks like train tracks.
Now. You can see it right now. Those are blatant train tracks.
Right. And so I was like, there would be no Bigfoot. What is going on? Like, I watched the whole thing, but I was like, is someone just taking footage outside of their car as they pass by? because that's exactly. I mean, I could film something that looks exactly like this. You give me like 30 seconds, I'll run out there and go live. But yeah, it was crap.
Really bad crap. And finally, Kevin, what did you think of this?
Well, I just want to say this guy gave me vertigo because it was terrible, right? There's nothing in this video, and I'm pissed off about it because it did literally make me sick because I blew it up because I was blowing it up to try to see what's he seeing there. But there's nothing there. There really is nothing there but shadows. And he goes round and around and around in circles, and that's all it does. And then he slows it down, and it's just going in a circle. And literally, if you want to see a Bigfoot, take a baseball bat, go out into your garden, put your head on it, and then run around the baseball bat and then look up. And you've got a better chance of seeing a Bigfoot than you do by watching this video. It was terrible. And I don't know what the guy's thinking, to put it in there. But literally, because this was one of the first videos, it just put me in a crap mood for the rest of the night. And this guy should be ashamed of himself.
This coming from a man who,
and this coming from a guy who said, believes in woo. I mean, I'm with you. Let
me just finish my thought.
Yeah.
This coming from a man who once claimed to see a large pterodactyl over Matthew Johnson's camp. So that's where you're at, Sasquatch Booker Hollow.
Let me put it this way, though. I said that because I believed I saw it, but I wouldn't just go out into the woods and whip around my camera and then put it on the thing and expect you to swallow it. You know what I mean? So from my standpoint is take my stories with a grain of salt. I might be nuts. That's great. But and if this guy came on there and says I've got a Sasquatch booger in a hollow, then that's fine. Well, what is it? A booger hollow?
Maybe it's a hollow booger.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was confused by the thing to begin with, and I was just sort of upset. I do hang out with a lot of people who post pareidolia, and this is one of the worst examples of pareidolia ever. There's just nothing there, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry I was in such a bad mood about it, but it really did put me in a terrible mood and made me feel sick to my stomach.
That's because it was 8 minutes.
Yeah, and Chubbs is right. It's the same minute looped over and over again, and I can't quite figure out what the point of that was. Was there a video? Was there an advert in the middle of it that he's trying to get some money out of, or what? I mean, I don't know.
Some bears. Bears are awesome. Bears are better than wolves. Give us some bears, and screw this. Screw this video. It's awful. I hate it. That's the end of it. And enjoy this next commercial before we move on to our next video.
Hey, you, my friend, you unpopular? When you see somebody you know on the street, does he cross over to the other side? Are you unpopular with the ladies? Well, get yourself a bottle of Dr. Kitchener's 89 antiseptics. Then you rinse your mouth with 3 quarts of water every day. Man, it make your mouth feel so clean and cool, you will not be afraid to kiss nobody. No, sir. With that Kitchener's, you will always feel safe and sound like a pool dough in a canary's cage.
You can depend on any drug product that bears the name Rexall.
Good out. Our next video comes from Jeff Kelly over at the Squatchers Land podcast. It is 30 minutes long. It is the Squatchers Land podcast in which he discusses the Massachusetts state hoax of it's basically a decomposed Barefoot, and he does mention the Stacey Brown hoax of that's one of the hoaxes. That hoax really annoyed me because it was so blatantly not what he said it was. He was just like, this is an unknown primate arm, and you could just look at it and be like, no, it's not. No, it's not. Okay, Kevin, what did you think?
Well, politics aside from the thing, because he does make a statement at the start of it that, go pick up your grandmother and bring her over to your house, because it might be your last Thanksgiving, That's definitely going to be her last Christmas anyway. If you bring her over to your house.
Dang.
But all things aside from that, and the only reason I'm bringing that up is because then he goes on to say he's a trained biologist. And so biology, of course, is the study of organisms and life in general and things like that. So you should know a little bit better. I thought it was kind of hard on the guys in Massachusetts with the barefoot, because if you find something out in the woods and you do send it to somebody to try to figure out what it is and what it is, then that's it. You should always, if you think that you're finding a human body or whatever in the woods, contact law enforcement. I've said it before. I've been in the woods and find a murder victim, and don't mess with it. Contact, your police department, and don't poke around with it. With the Stacey Bryant thing, I don't know. Obviously,
You don't know what?
I don't know. Did he try to report it as something other than that? Or,
yes, he said unknown primate arm.
Yeah. Well,
that's exactly what he said.
Yeah.
Unknown primate arm.
And it turned out to be a beaver arm?
No,
it turned out to be an alligator arm.
Oh, an alligator arm.
See, it was an alligator
Oh,
arm.
okay. Well, that's a tough one. But
that's a tough one.
Stacey's moved on.
Hope.
He's doing videos about Area 51 now, and how that basically it's a Japanese chemical cover up.
Yeah, all right, maybe. I don't like Stacey Brown. I don't like the way he talks about women. I don't like him. He is scum at all. Before I move to you, Phil.
No, I'm not finished. I'm not finished. But then he does tell a story at the end, which I liked. The story.
Yeah, the sighting report at the end.
Yeah, the turkey thing, and I think I know who that person is. Who is the turkey hunter? Because I've heard that story before, but I was sort of at that point in time really distracted by it. So the story would go better if it had a little bit of a beat to it. I was hunting a turkey, looking for a Bigfoot. Okay, if you do it like that, it's a lot more palatable.
Absolutely. Before I move to you, Phil, A_NG, I saw your thing about bears in the chat. Let me just say this one thing.
Yeah, basic.
Yeah, basic. All right? Accept it. Dean Cooper, you were featured in the Squatchers Pound.
Yeah, that was really good. I actually like that. I wanted to say that was the best part of the video. And as far as being called a quasi-scientific thing, anthropology actually is a science.
Absolutely. We enjoyed your feature in the Squatchers Lounge, and it's nice that you always listen to this video as well. Phil, what did you think of this video?
I agree. I thought that was also a very good segment, the quasi. I thought that was a good segment in there.
That's it.
Oh, was there more?
Yeah. I mean,
they are okay. Well, everyone does this, but it's your standard reporting on stories that have been reported on years ago. Every story he brought up isn't like breaking news. It's all just a rehash of some old stuff, and I'm not saying that makes it bad. I'm just saying that I suppose if you're new to the Bigfooting world, that this would be informative and so forth. But yeah, I like the story at the end, and I like the quasi biology, whatever that was. That was good. Not much more than that though.
Just, he's a trained biologist.
Okay.
Oh well, he used to own a horse ranch.
Oh,
Reverend Jeff. Then a tornado came and destroyed his ranch.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, I know. Then he built another horse ranch.
Yeah,
and you won't believe what happened to his second horse ranch. A tornado hit it and destroyed it.
Okay, but one thing I do want to ask though. I mean, because he was coughing, and is he got some sort of respiratory illness himself? I mean, because he was coughing a lot and not using the mute button, which I find
He was into vaping quite a bit.
Yeah, he used to smoke, I believe.
Yeah,
back
then
in
he
the day.
went into this vaping, and he I guess he found some damn good ones. Boy, just one little puff on one of these things, and filled the entire room with a cloud of whatever, the vapor.
Yeah.
It was pretty heavy duty stuff.
Oh, well, I'm just saying, if you have a mute button on your thing, it might be nice to use it. That's all.
No, I don't care. We can use it. No. It won't matter.
That's a good point, Dean. I was just about to get to that. Dean brought it up that I was actually the one who talked Dean into doing a blog.
Yeah.
Like a bunch of years ago, and that's a funny story there. Go check it out. Jeff Kelly links it in his channel.
Now is Dean doing? Dean, you got to be here, right? Okay, are you doing like your own podcast now? If so, can you let us know where it is, or are you just kind of tying on to Reverend Jeff's stuff?
There's a delay on the chat. It takes like 5 minutes.
5 minutes. Okay.
It takes a while for me to see if someone posts something. Because Robert Walker was kicking off about it, but I don't get it right away.
Yeah,
it takes a little while.
It's got to go to the moon and back.
What did you think of the video?
Well, I've watched the old Rev for a long time. He's been, as we know, he's been around for a while, and it's a very interesting show. Like last year, he did like Bigfoot movies, and he talked about it. So yeah, this is old, but this year he's been going through all the hoaxes and talking about each one in particular. And I think it's good for the community to see, like, this is what has happened, so it won't happen again. History won't repeat itself. And I remember the bare hand, and it's a hand, and talking about it. And I do remember I laughed when the Stacey Brown thing came out, because having seen many an alligator skeleton here or there, it clearly was a skeleton of an alligator arm. But hey, we need these kind of people out there to vent everything like we do. And yes, some of the best parts of that show is Dean Cooper's, quasi section. They used to have Camping Tip for Stupids. That was very funny. And Jeff tells a neat fire camp story at the end, but and he has the radio voice, as they say. So it was fun. It's always fun to watch. So thumbs up.
Thank you, Chubbs, for giving us something positive. I like this video. It was my favorite of the videos we've got tonight. Nikki, what did you think?
I enjoyed it. It was informative. As someone who isn't quote unquote Bigfooter, it was nice. And also I appreciate his dripping with sarcasm. I will always appreciate someone who is just a sarcastic person. I don't know. I enjoyed it. I found it very, very informative. I did not know that was a thing. Like I said, I haven't been in the Bigfoot, realm for very long. So I found it to be interesting. I don't have a personal connection with, any of the people. It's not like I've been watching them for years or have like some preconceived notion of who they are. So I actually enjoyed it. And Dean, you were awesome. When I saw you pop up, because I didn't expect for you to be in the video, because I don't know anything about these, I was excited and I really enjoyed it. You do a great job.
Yeah, I thought so too. Now that Colonel Chubbs had brought up the fact that he's just going back and pointing out the hoaxes, that makes a lot more sense to me. I can understand that now.
Yeah, he did say at the very end of his video, and I will say this was the best video. So I'm not taking that away from anybody, but he did say at the end that that the hoax thing has been a little bit negative, and next year this next series of videos that he's going to do is going to be a lot more positive, because he sort of thought that was weighing in to weighing on him a little bit, doing that over and over again. So, which is negativity. So so take it for what it was. It was basically the last show that he was going to do on this series, and he was kind of tired of it, and he sort of said that.
Yep, I enjoyed it. It was 31 minutes long, and I actually enjoyed the whole thing. Like, I actually paid attention. I didn't zone out. I paid attention to the whole thing. I enjoyed it.
Huzzah.
Huzzah!
Okay, cool. Who did we lose?
I was muted. I was
job.
talking for like 3 minutes.
Good job.
Didn't know I was muted. Okay, that's brilliant. Okay, enjoy this next commercial.
There's a whole new way of living. Here's Mr. Johnny Cash for Pepsi Cola. It's got a lot to give to those who like to live, 'cause Pepsi helps them come alive. It's the Pepsi generation coming at you, going strong. Put yourself behind the Pepsi. If you're living, you belong. You've got a lot to live, and Pepsi's got a lot to give.
Isn't old Johnny Cash dead now?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
And Pepsi
Got a lot to live. Okay.
Okay, moving on to this next video. Didn't hate it, didn't love it. I mean, don't know what to say about this video. We've seen so many of these. It's just
seriously, this is the most white bread video I think I've ever seen.
Hey, at least he wasn't like, these are tree structures.
Right, right.
Gotta give props to, like, this isn't actually something Sasquatch did. Other people would say so, but it's natural. I appreciated that deep in my heart.
Well, I hate to jump in like this, but it was basically a video about him meeting another researcher, and they're kind of talking together and hanging out together, and that was basically it.
Yep.
Yeah, that was the beginning. That was the end.
Well, not really. I find this to be a very poor version of what I would consider to be two big guys in the woods, because later on, the guy's clearly from Northern Ireland. He says he's from Massachusetts, but he's from Northern Ireland. And so, you got to have your Northern Irish guy and your American guy. Right. And you've got to climb up a hill, apparently looking at the Northern Irish guy's ass the whole time, which I find uncomfortable. And then,
I enjoyed it.
Well, yeah, I mean, Cornell, sexy man. But the Belfast boy and the guy from where else, this other guy is. I don't know why he doesn't look in the camera though. That's odd. He's got the thing on a selfie stick there, but never actually looks into the camera. So anyway, it's odd. But apparently, Cornell's making an hour and a half movie about something like this, and I did try to look up his podcast and I couldn't find it though. I mean, but anyway, I did act on the video. I did try to find something else out about
this sucker is so long.
It does seem to know, but we do find out that they're 20 minutes away from the closest town, so they can't get coffee.
And that the area would make a great site for filming.
Yeah.
But that's another thing we learned.
Yeah. But other than that, I didn't see anything to do with Bigfoot. It was interesting. I mean, I do like the way that he knew that Cornell was down by the river and he was going down there. It was kind of like, that was kind of like a TV moment. Like, okay, we're going to go down by the river and Cornell's going to meet us there. And it's like, hey, Cornell, how's it going? And, obviously he backed up into the woods.
It had a Mr. Rogers Neighborhood kind of feel to it. Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
We're going to go down here by the river.
Yeah.
We're going to meet a friend of mine.
And we never did we ever get to see the third guy? There was 3 podcast guys getting together. and I don't think we saw anybody but these two.
Absolutely. It wasn't enjoyable. Chubbs, what do you think?
I actually enjoyed it because I love videos where I get to see the landscape and they don't put any of their bias in it. Y'all said something I was going to bring up where they show fallen trees and don't claim it's a structure. So you get to see where they're at and what it looks like. Yeah, it's boring, but at least they didn't like say every dark shadow is something or every broken tree is something.
There's a third guy. He's over there taking a leak.
I don't know why they call it anything to do with Bigfoot. They should have said this is our area, but it's decent to watch if you like me and you like beautiful scenery. Other than that, it's just a long video about these guys.
All right, Nikki, what do you think?
I already said what I thought.
All righty then, we're
Just
done.
get me out. I don't matter. Whatever.
No, we did.
That's not true. Everybody matters.
And you couldn't hear what this guy was saying a lot because he was always kind of moving away from the camera and his head was turned away from the camera. So it's very difficult to understand what he was actually trying to say.
No big loss.
Well,
no.
Yeah. All righty then. Well, that'll do that video. Let us move on to the next video and enjoy this commercial before we get there.
My name is Scott McGrath. The day before my 8th birthday, I fell in a pile of fire ants and suffered significant wounds on over 70% of my body. Since that day, I have made a solemn vow to kill every insect on planet Earth. I hate them with the passion of a religious zealot. Speaking of religion, of all the biblical plagues, I hate the locust plague the most. For the last 12 years, my white-hot rage has materialized in the form of my business, McGrath Pest Control. I have harnessed this unforgivable intolerance of insects and released the wrath of my fury on bugs in and around the homes of Houston. I will kill those bugs in any way that I can. Chemicals, my boot, my bare fist, or any other object that can end the life of an insect. Call 281-469-8240 and give me the honor of killing bugs at your house. I also hate rats and spiders. Go to McGrathPestControl.com.
That is one of my favorite commercials.
Yeah, it's up there for me as well.
I also hate rats and spiders.
Good video, good commercial. Moving on to our final video of the night, we have this 54-second video from Long Island Bigfoot. If Real Eyes TV or NVTV release all their videos in 50-second form, I'd always feature them. But because they're all like a minute long anyway. So here we are, Long Island Bigfoot. This is the juvenile Bigfoot right here, apparently. At one point, you can see a little bit of movement down here, but I suspect that's because the camera is moving. I'm not a big camera expert. We won't wait until Phil talks to learn about that. But yeah, this is supposed to be it. As you can see, blatantly, there is nothing there. But, we are whimsy and hubris and lulled into a sense of mysticism. Nikki, what do you think?
I saw nothing. It was trash. I sat there and I replayed it just looking for anything. And the comments, they're like, oh, it moved. I saw an eyeball. And I was like, I saw nothing. I see nothing. I continue to see nothing.
All right. Succinct and straight to the point. Kevin, what do you think?
Well, it's a Long Island Bigfoot thing. I mean, I saw a pterodactyl.
You can't handle the truth.
That's all I have to say about that.
No, you didn't. Phil, what did you think?
It's a log.
Right. Okay. Good. Chubbs, what did you think?
Well, I'll give him credit. I actually am sub to his channel. Watch him. Long Island Bigfoot. He gets out there. He's always out there. And my only problem is whatever he's filming, let's say it's a Bigfoot, it's only like 2 feet tall. Maybe I'm looking at it wrong, but this maybe it's a little one, as they say, but if there's something there, it's got to be really, really small. So maybe it's not even a Bigfoot.
Yeah, it's a log.
Yeah, maybe. All right then. Well, that's that then. That's that video.
But I think we might have missed the baby Bigfoot in the tree.
Mayhaps.
Was there baby Bigfoot in the tree?
Yeah, that's right above the spring-fed tarp.
Mm-hmm.
I did like it because it was short.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah, the shorter the video, the better, I think.
And I knew I was in a grumpy mood today, and I was really grouchy, and that was the way it is. But I will say, whenever I started watching these videos last night, Richard, the fact that this was only 50 seconds long actually lit up my night. That actually, the fact that I saw this last video and I'm like, okay, look at this, it's 50 seconds long. I was automatically transformed into a different person. So if I can say anything about it is that the fact that it was just 50 seconds of crap made it bearable.
You sound like me. I feel that in my heart every week whenever we get a short video. I'm like, yes.
Well, no, I mean, it is. It's like one of those things where, you look at it and you go, okay, this video is 30 seconds, 30 minutes long. And or the 8-minute long one, and it's just looped over again. And you just really think to yourself, okay, this makes me angry before I even watch it. And if I could say anything to people who make YouTube videos is, just show it and just put it out there and we can see it once, maybe twice, slow it down if you want to for one thing, but it doesn't have to be 10 minutes long because that's what you think about it. Just show it for what it is. And if you did that, we'd all be probably a lot more, to be honest with you, happy about your video. Not that I'm telling you how to make it. I'm just giving you a suggestion.
Yeah, you were.
No, I don't tell you how to make your videos. Bill.
Yeah, you do.
No, I don't.
Yeah, sure you do.
You send them to me privately, and I look at them, and I say, I like that part, and I like that part. But I never say, change it.
Oh, sure you do.
Phil doesn't send me his videos. That's rude.
Yeah, isn't it? I'll have to start sending them to you.
I watch them regardless.
He sent me one. He sent me the Oak Island one the other day too, and I like that.
Yeah, those little leprechauns.
I could not hate any other myth as much as I hate Oak Island. Let me tell you, Kevin. Let me tell you, I despise that myth with the fiery passion of 1,000 hot suns.
Yeah, but I can understand why, though. I can understand why people think it's all that, because the Micmac people that live in that area have a flag that is the exact reverse opposite of Knights Templar, and and people who live in Nova Scotia and Newfoundland are Irish and Scottish, and so they're going to be all in on it. They're going to be all in on telling stories like that, and Micmac people believe in little, like leprechaun-y type people, and it's a weird place. It's a weird thing, and I can understand why that goes on. And if you've ever looked for something, you always think you're 2 inches away from finding it.
Could be the next shovelful.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, this is the idea of prospectors around the world, gold prospectors. It's the next, it's the next shovel that you put through the sluice. That's going to be the mother lode.
All right, and on that incredibly cynical note, we'll wrap this show up. Chubbs, have you got any other videos apart from this stuff coming out?
We got some continuing end of the year best of reviews, but somebody gave me a DC Comics 50th anniversary of the DC Crisis on Infinite Earths #1. I'm going to be reviewing if anybody's interested in comics.
Nice. Phil, you got any cool breakdowns coming?
Yeah, actually, I'm reviewing a Bigfoot video that was recorded by a Dr. Hannah Straight, who lives her life in a converted van. But she is a real doctor. So it's an interesting video. And I think it was just I don't think it was real. Yeah.
Is it one of those?
We have that one on next week's show.
Is it one of those where she says it's real, or is it just one of those things? Is like, what do you think this is?
It's one of those. Did you just see what I saw?
Well, you see, you can't be, you can't be too upset about.
No. I'm not getting in her jib. I'm not in her grill or nothing like that.
Yeah.
I think it was just I think it's just a kind of a pranky type of a video is all. She just, didn't have much to do that night, I guess. And,
Does she live around here? Do you know? Do you know if she wants to hang out with two big guys in the woods?
Well, she's all over the country is the problem. So I don't know where she's from.
Oh, let's get a hold of her.
Oh, no. She's from like Pittsburgh or somewhere back east or Midwest or whatever.
I just find out that Pittsburgh's the most Irish town in America.
Yeah.
Supposedly. I always thought it was Boston.
So did I.
All righty then. Well, that'll wrap us up for this week. We will return next week, despite the hopes of many. It's good night from me, and it's good night from them. Good night.
Good night, everybody.
Night.
Cool your jets.
It's called the Bigfoot Speak song.
Samurai Shadow. Good night.